Welcome to Ebony Tales, where every story has a purpose. We're your hosts,
Aaron Latrice.
and Laysh. What's today's tale? Hi, you guys. We are back with another episode. Aaron, how are you?
I'm actually much better. I Zoom called my doctor yesterday. Well, I sent her an email and I was like, hey, I need an antibiotic. Baby, my snot is green. And so she was like, well, we can do a Zoom call because I do need to lay eyes on you first. So she called me like halfway through my workday yesterday and I stepped into the office and talked to her. So she gave me an antibiotic, Flonase, and a cough medicine that I don't need, but she was like, I'm gonna give it to you just in case, because sometimes when mucus starts to clear up, it'll give you a cough.
Mm-hmm.
I took 2 antibiotics yesterday because it was like a little pack. I've never had a pack of antibiotics before. I've had steroids come in a pack, but never antibiotics. It was 2 yesterday and then 1 for the next 4 days. Girl, I feel amazing. I should message her a long time ago. Should have
Yeah,
had. But
definitely.
no,
Well, I'm glad that you're better, though.
me too, girl. What you been up to?
Trying to get a hold of my life, get my life together, basically. Um, as I am every week, it seems like just,
It's better
just
than not trying though.
yeah, exactly, yeah, just being turned every way but loose, and
But like that means you're living because you could
right,
be bored.
yeah, true. That's very true. That's very very true, and I'm very grateful, very very grateful for life. Um, as you guys know, this is our anniversary episode. So we have been online recording and posting episodes for you guys for a year now. And that's so exciting for us. And we are just, ecstatic that we've made it here. I mean, it seemed like it came so fast. Like,
Girl, it
literally,
is.
we didn't even catch it till like later on. We was like, it's been a
I was
year.
just gonna say, like when you said that we have been recording for a year and that we need to think about our anniversary stuff, I said, whoa. Like, and I guess because in my head the year mark hit different. Because in my head it should have been like September, last September. Because we started this like that first ever group message started the September before. Because
Yeah,
we took pictures and stuff right there before my 28th birthday. Yeah.
yeah,
So like in my head, it was a whole different in my head, our year mark was different than like the listeners' year mark.
yeah. Definitely. And that's real because we as when you are wanting to do something, you have all these different goals and you want it to be out and ready by a particular time, and then time just does what it does, and you get to the point where you're like, okay, wait a minute, now we gotta restructure and things like that. So we went through that phase of trying to get everything together, and it would have been a beautiful fall start, since our
Yeah.
colors are brown and stuff. We're like, oh, that's really cute for a fall start. But we did start later, but and we also started recording way before we actually um started posting.
Yep.
So, for us, this has been a long time coming, a long journey um to getting here, literally. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is.
Technically, like this September will be 2 years. But like it's our year of posting and like having like an actual podcast that people can listen to. That's crazy. We've been in this
Yeah.
thing.
Literally. Yeah. And we're in season 3. So, yeah. And what would you say is the initial um inspiration, and then what we are now, if it is the same or if it has changed, or if it has evolved.
I think it has evolved because in the beginning, um, it wasn't just me and you. And then so everybody had different inputs and different ideas of what they wanted this podcast to be. And I think in the beginning we stuck to that, even though it had dropped down to just me and you. And then as we started like seeing what our listeners liked and what we liked, it evolved. Cause now, I mean, it's just two best friends kicking it, giving y'all our life experiences. And I love that. Like, I love the layout of our podcast now. Like, our podcast, for instance, Ariel listens to our podcast she has to drive down to up to Summerton every day for nursing school. And this is one of the things that she cuts on for that. And she messaged me one day and she's like, girl, y'all episode an hour long today. Ooh, I'm in for a treat. I'm so excited. And then, like, you know, my boyfriend listens to our podcast when he's out walking or at the gym or whatever. Like, to me, our podcast now is very much okay, I'm listening to my homegirls. Or like, you know how people on TikTok, I don't even know if you be on this side of TikTok, but a lot of like the TikTokers have started making their TikToks like they're on FaceTime with you.
Yeah.
And they'll start like, girl, you busy? Okay, let's talk. And then she'll be like, okay, I'll FaceTime you later. Like, it, to me, that's very much how our podcast is set up. Like, it's just friends sitting around talking, and the listener is a part of that.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. And I think that, yeah, I like that explanation because it definitely does fit like the, different ideas and it becoming from four to two and us just really evolving it and to turn it into like legit like stories, us talking, just having conversation that people would, like you said, like would typically have with their friends. So
Mm.
yeah, I think it has evolved and I like the way that it has evolved as well. I think it's very lighthearted, very
Mm-hmm.
chill, um, and just like convo like, So yeah, I
I
agree.
feel like people are still getting a lot out of it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we definitely have moments where we can say some gems are dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our most played episode is um an episode talking about, some things to know before you turn 30. Like literally, those are gems. And so, yeah, I think we definitely have conversation. We also have those moments where we are encouraging our audience or, basically opening the doors to another conversation or a topic that could be an interest of theirs. So, for sure. What would you say is your favorite episode?
I think all of the brain dumps, and I know this sounds so bad, but I think all the brain dumps are my favorite just because that is our true like chaotic self. Like, for people who have never just sat with me and you, ew, I feel like I sound nasally again. I'm sorry, y'all. The antibiotics, they trying their best. But I feel like people who've never just sat with me or you or me and you together don't know just how like chaotic it can be. And in a good way, not like we're toxic or anything like that. No. But like
Yeah.
we're fun. Like, it's two very different personalities where like I'm very just willy-nilly all over the place. You're very like, people don't realize just how funny you are because you do come off as very serious sometimes, but like to know you're fucking hilarious. So like when we get to do the brain dumps and just get to be all over the place, I feel like we get to genuinely show people that.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, our 3 hour car ride down to Dothan, I had a blast. I loved every minute of that. I did. And I feel like that's what our brain dumps give off. It's just
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Like someone put a mic in a room where we're just having conversation.
yes. But if I had to pick something outside of the brain dumps, it would probably be the imposter syndrome one.
Mm.
I think that one really stuck with me. I don't know why. I actually was talking to my therapist about it. Um, yeah, I think that one really stuck with me.
Okay.
What's yours?
My favorite one to record was probably that one that we did that was like no edits and it was at your house. And it was a brain
That one.
dump. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was a brain dump. That was my favorite one to record because it was just like legit, like right off the dome. no edits, and name drops. It was
I
crazy. So
mean,
that one was funny to record and fun to record. But then the one that will always have my heart is A Daughter's Tale because I
oh,
feel
I
like
thought that one too.
yeah, I really like that one because I just feel like it was our hearts just being like open and people just reading our diaries like so
Oh,
I
okay.
really like that episode. I think it resonated with a lot of people.
Since this is our anniversary and like we're gonna get behind the scenes or whatever, I am gonna drop the little gem that we actually recorded that one twice. Because that one was so isn't that the one we recorded twice? Yes. Okay. You looked at me like, girl, what you mean? No, we recorded that one twice
Okay,
because
yeah.
that one was very emotional for me. And I dropped a lot of information in that first one. And so he was like, okay, hold on. Let's backtrack a little bit. No, that one was a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it was. And sometimes we have those moments, right, where we are getting deep into the conversation and then we have to go later on and listen to it and go, oh, wait a minute, like, do
I'm
you
not
know
really
that about
share that with these people yet.
should
No,
this be cut out?
no, it's when you're
One
doing
thing I'm
edits.
grateful for is that go ahead. I was about to say the same thing. Go ahead. Go ahead and say it.
When you're doing edits and you'll message me like, "Hey, you said this. You sure you want me to leave that in there?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, go and leave it in there or take it out." Now, I am grateful for the edits because sometimes we get a little reckless, or I should say, I get a little reckless.
I have moments as well. But I'm grateful that I'm better with edits because listening to the first few episodes and listening, my edits have gotten better, guys. Look, I was very new to editing audio, but it is better compared to first episode.
We are learning.
Yes, we are. Okay. And we've done a lot so far in the podcast, one thing that I am proud of us for doing is being international, right?
Oh yeah,
So we are played in 8 countries and 67 cities. And I thought that
67
was
cities
so
is crazy.
awesome because you said that's crazy.
Yeah, because in my head that we're this little podcast that just like all our close friends and family listen to. Like it blows my mind sometimes when we have like that meeting we had a few months ago where we sit down and we look at all the numbers and what's going on and who's listening to what. It blows my mind that like people are really just out here willy nilly listening to me and you just chat.
Literally. Yeah. That's why the countries part had me like shook, like legit, in addition to the United States, like Thailand, France, Ukraine, Poland, Australia, Japan, and Dominica. Like,
It makes me wonder though, like, is it black people? Like, is it our people in just other countries sitting there listening to us? Or is it an ebony little girl somewhere like, oh, I want to be like them when I grow up? Like, mommy, listen to these two best friends. I hope not, because girl, I be saying some shit now that I think about it. This is more so for like
look,
16 and older, parental advisory.
yeah. In the moment you say the joke, I'll be like, let me put explicit. Let me check mark the explicit button
But you
just
know
in case.
what? It's the same way. Okay, so when I first started with this therapist, I straight up told her, I looked at her, I said, "Can I curse in here?" She goes, "If that's your authentic self, yes, I would never stop you from being your authentic self." She's like, "I'm never gonna curse back with you, but
Yeah,
that's how you express yourself. Go for it." And ever since then, that poor baby, she get it willy nilly. Because people in the beginning, people tried to call me out on it, like Robin did. They was like, Lay's just so sweet and just calm. And then here you come, F bomb this, shit that, and that's me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We work.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause I could be like, maybe you guys should think about this, said this, said this. You be like, F that is. I'm like, whoa, okay, yeah.
You know, I'm just
But it's
very
hilarious though.
interested.
I think that yeah, and I think that it takes like two different personalities or more personalities in a group to really make something work and make it more relatable to other people because if we were both the same, it may be harder for other people to say, "Oh, I can see some of myself in her," or "I can see some of myself in her." So, I think that's important.
I feel like if we were both the same, yes, we would still have listeners, but I feel like it wouldn't be a very broad. I feel like it'd be a certain group.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of people who relate to you and a lot of people who relate to me, and it brings more people.
Exactly. Yeah, because in reality we have a lot of like we have a different backgrounds that people
Mm-hmm.
can, relate to. Like you have step parents. I don't have step parents, right? And you have way more siblings than I do. You have
No.
more nieces and nephews than I do. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like you have different experiences than I have. Like it's a lot of differences that we have, but those differences is what makes it work.
Yep.
Yeah.
We learn from each other.
So fun question. Fun question. What TV show theme song would best describe our podcast?
Girl, I don't hold on. TV show themes. I say I don't even pay
It could
attention to
be
the theme
anything.
songs.
Yeah.
Like I feel like someone's expecting me to say something very like pro-black and very like sisters or girlfriends. Like I don't know. I didn't watch those shows. Hell, that's so Raven. Actually, if you want to be technical, now that we just had the discussion that we had, I would say Hannah Montana because you get the best of both worlds with us.
That is hilarious and I like it.
I feel like
That
it's fitting.
that's hilarious and I like it.
And I can't sing because otherwise I'd be singing it right now. But everyone who knows me knows I can't sing, so I ain't finna sing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, all right. I can see that. I can see that.
What was you thinking?
I'm thinking like because of the goofiness,
Okay.
that's a Raven.
Hey,
Like adventurous, but also a mixture of the Parkers.
okay, hold on, because I gotta think of what their theme song is right now. Oh, I can't think of it.
We're the Parkers doing things you do and join us.
That all I needed was that little note right there. Because I always called it like usually when it had already started. I never really saw the beginning part.
Yeah.
Because I always watched the Parkers just flipping through. Like I never was like, oh, the Parkers gonna come out. No.
Girl, the Parkers is so funny.
It is.
So, so, so funny.
I do like it.
Hilarious.
It is one of the few shows that I will watch because people be judging me because I don't like all the black sitcoms from back in the day. I don't really watch none of them. Wait, I don't.
Which ones you talking about? Because which one you talking about?
So people judge me because like I don't watch oh, what is it? They were in college.
A Different World?
Yes, I don't watch that.
Love A Different World.
I don't watch Living Single.
I
I
love
didn't
Living
I didn't
Single.
really care for Girlfriends. What's the one with
Oh,
okay, don't start. the
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
the one with Urkel was never really like okay,
I
my
don't know.
thing is I'm not a big comedic person. That is not what I turn on TV for. And
Yeah.
most of those sitcoms back in the day, like Good Times, all of them, I it just don't do it for yeah, I know. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Now, Good Time wasn't funny though.
To me, it kind of was like it was meant to be, but it wasn't. But like any of the sitcoms that was recorded in front of a live audience, I don't watch them.
Okay, I got you. Cause yeah, okay, cause that's true. Now there was some moments people was laughing, but that situation was just so sad. Um, yeah.
Like, okay, Fresh Prince is about the only one
What
that
about Martin?
first, I was just gonna say Fresh Prince and Martin. That's why I got my fingers ready. Fresh Prince and
Jamie.
Martin, I will sit. Jamie Foxx show, I hate it. I hate it. And then it
Yeah.
always came on late at night, and it really wasn't shit else to watch. So okay, whatever. It
Yeah.
wasn't for me. Granted, we were much younger. It wasn't really for us anyway.
Hmm.
It was for our parents, but it just didn't do it for me.
But you was telling me you was never mind. We even okay.
Cosby Show, none of them.
See, that's crazy. Okay.
What was I
But
telling
you was
you? Now
watching,
series.
yeah, you was watching Bad Girls Club or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I love stuff like that now.
All that. I bet you watched Flavor Flav too, didn't you?
No, no.
Okay.
Like I know the main people from Flavor Flav, but I never actually watched the show. My friends all watched it.
And you
So like I
watched
know
16.
Brooklyn, New York, or New York came from there and stuff like that. Like I know them, but I never actually watched this show. What was the other one that used to come on with the black guy though? Is it Chance? Was it
Oh,
Chance?
the Chance to
Didn't he have
Love.
a?
The real Chance to Love.
Yep, I did watch that. Yes, I did watch that.
No,
I
I didn't
watched
watch him.
Real World,
I didn't watch that.
Jersey Shore,
I watched a few episodes of that. I didn't like that though.
16 and Pregnant. That's what I was watching.
See,
I
those
love
are
stuff.
very grown. Those are very grown. That Jamie Foxx has nothing on them episodes. That I mean, them shows that you talk about. Jamie Foxx has nothing on those shows.
Way to call out my mama for not
I'm
mandating.
calling you out, Miss Tracy. I'm calling you out, Miss Tracy. I'm sorry if you're
I mean,
listening.
she knew I was watching the stuff I was watching. It was never a secret. But like, for instance, 16 and Pregnant was very educational for me. I learned quickly. I don't want that life. I learned quickly. This is not the life I want to live. Same for Bad Girls Club. Don't get me wrong. I watched every season of Bad Girls Club. Love it down. But I could never be that girl on TV half naked, sleeping with men and fighting. That was not my cup of tea.
That's what I'm saying. Those shows are very like crazy. Like, you know.
Taught me well. Like the fact that Natalie Nunn is 40 years old still doing that, girl, get it together.
So she was one of those people.
She's on Baddies now. She
Oh,
runs
okay.
Baddies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her franchise now. Girl, you 40 years old on TV fighting with 20-year-olds. Pull your stuff together.
She want that money.
It's never that deep. Your husband used to be in the NFL. Like, you was on Bad Girls Club, one of the top Bad Girls clubs at that. Like, you got money. Just chill. You have a daughter. Be a
Sometimes
lady.
I be spending money quick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm weak.
Baby, money ain't
Okay,
gonna
another fun
never.
question, right?
Oh God, what's this one?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. This one is what TV show or movie duo would best describe us?
the one
Who
that I
are we?
just
It could be
watched.
men. Women.
Um, what's the name of? We both just saw it. You went to the movie, saw it, see it. I watched it on Netflix.
Oh,
With Kiki Palmer.
um,
Hold on.
one of those days? Is that what it's
Yes,
called? What is it called? It is
I think so. Yes, hold on.
just one of them days.
Hey, yep, one of them days. That's us in a nutshell. And
Nah,
I'm like you, Kiki, and I'm SZA. And which is not a good thing, but
but
I just
look, I was about to say, but tone down a little bit. Just tone down a little bit.
not not her being dick crazy over old boy, no, but like
Yeah, yeah,
just very much, girl, it's gonna all work out. Whereas Kiki was very like, I got shit to do.
yeah. How we
I
gonna get
feel
this
like
money?
that's us.
Yeah, facts. I like that. That's a good one.
What's yours?
I don't think you can top that because I can't even think now. I just thought it was a fun question. Oh, oh, oh. So I will say sometimes we can be like bad boys.
Oh God. Who was who?
I think I'm more like Martin's character, Marcus, at times, and you're more like Mike Larry. Like, look, we
What?
about to do
I'll
this.
take it. I'm okay with it.
And because I especially like their newer movies, because I'm like, look, what we doing? Like, what? And you like, yes, this is where we're going. This is what we're gonna do. I'm going on a trip, and I'm very much like, I'm in the house. I'm comfortable. What are you talking about?
You know what? We both picked perfect movies.
So,
Did you? Yeah, that
what
was
was
perfect.
but
I
yours is
wish
really good.
that like we both
Definitely.
kind of. I wish that we both kind of celebrated Halloween because them would have been perfect costumes. But we don't even get down like that. That would have been perfect
Yeah,
costume.
yeah, I don't celebrate it.
Yeah, I don't either. Look,
But I
both of us got lost in thought right there.
literally, yeah, because we just gave ourselves so much to think about.
Exactly.
But literally, we have accomplished a lot in this year, and we have learned a lot from recording and also just coming up with these different themes and topics and discussions, right?
Mhm.
Um, what would you say, if any, if you have noticed anything, like any change or any growth in yourself because of the different conversations that we've talked about or the different topics that we've addressed in this podcast? Like,
I think our podcast is the reason I started therapy because
mm,
in the beginning we edited together, so like we would listen to the episode together. So by the time like the episode aired, I had heard the episode twice by then. And so I would just be hearing certain things and realizing like, okay, Aaron, you're going through a lot. Like this is you need help. And not even help in the sense of like there is something wrong with you. No, like you just need an outlet. You just need someone to talk to. And so
hmm
I feel like this podcast, because even now, like listening to some of the episodes now and some of the topics that we talk about, I feel like before I started therapy, some of them topics would not have been as easy to talk about or as lighthearted as I made it. Like it took a lot of
hmm
personal growth through therapy to get to the point to where I am to talk about some of the things. So yes, I feel like our podcast made me grow a lot in a sense of self-awareness and advocating for. Oh look at my shirt. It says it in the stigma, and on the back it's different quotes about therapy. I actually got this shirt before I started therapy, and it's very ironic that
hmm
I wore it to therapy today. So like I'm very much a big advocate of everybody need a little help. And I'm very proud of our podcast for making me realize
hmm
that I needed that also. What about you?
Yeah. Um, I was gonna just to add to what you said, we have like, especially at the beginning, like, we talked about Daughter's Tale, a sister, I don't remember the exact title, but a
Yeah,
sister
but I know what you're
episode.
talking about. Yes.
We talked about a lot of different things, motherhood, yeah. So it's like we are diving into some topics that, like I said, we are literally opening up our hearts and letting people read our diaries and really get into, our emotions and things like that. So it is a moment where you go, dang, I didn't really know I felt that way. Like even when, and I'll say this, during recording the sister episode, there were emotions that were brought upon in me or whatever. And, things I had to address with my own sister, things that I actually took out of the episode because of the conversation that I had with my sister. And it just really just taught me a lot of things about myself that I really didn't think I realized before. So I would say that the same thing that you saying, basically like number one, my mental health needed more attention. I'm the type of person that um people are able to talk to, and I'm very like, look, self-care and things like that. But I had to learn that mental health goes beyond self-care. And I think that it really opened that door for me to, understand and realize, okay, so not just, being there for your friends or your family, but also be there for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a big thing for me too. It's also teaching me more about time management because, baby, getting them episodes out, honey. But yeah, it's a journey and I am continuing to
You
learn.
know that you was struggling to get through out on time. Not struggling, but like I didn't know like there was times that you probably almost didn't get them out on time.
just just being so like, oh my gosh, it's almost Friday. Like I need to get on this. And the fact that, before I was teleworking, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to get ready like that on Friday mornings and things like that. So I could stay up later on Thursday. So like things changed when I had to come back into the office because of Trump. But anyways, so
You
time
know what?
management came into play.
My crazy behind when he made that, I don't agree with none of that man got going on. But that right there, I said, mm-hmm. If I gotta be at work, everybody else need to be at work. I did say that. I'm not gonna
No, that's real. That's real.
man.
That's real. I respect it. I respect it.
It did affect a lot though. Like, and I do feel for the people who just all of a sudden had to uproot their whole routines and go back into office. Cause a lot of moms was taking care of their kids while also working from home and like, all of a sudden they got to pay for childcare and all that. So I do feel I'm not an
Yeah.
insensitive, crazy person. I just found it funny in the
Yeah. Look. Yeah. But it's just it's Aggie. Cause ain't no telling what else is gonna happen. But yeah. Never work for the federal government.
girl, I never want to do that
That's
no
the
way.
lesson.
Granted, I know there's a lot of benefits. I know that, but I never wanted to do that.
Yeah. But guys, we are
These are
just
great questions.
those are the last one. That was the last one I had.
Mm-hmm. Those are
Yeah.
great.
But guys, we thank you so much for everything that you've done, listening to us, being here for us. Um, Remember that you can follow us on Instagram at Ebony Tales. You can also follow us and like us on Facebook at Ebony Tales Podcast. Um, like I said, we appreciate you. We're 1 year in. We have so many goals for year two, and we are so excited to share them with you. Thank you for riding along with us. Aaron, you want to add something?
I actually don't have nothing. Oh wait, just thank you for supporting us. I don't really
Yeah.
have something to add on the end. Girl, I ain't had none that time.
I'm so weak. But we love you guys. We appreciate you and stay ebony.
It's my favorite part.